Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do a 3-egg garden omelet. Alright, to get started with the omelet, you're going to need 1 tablespoon sour cream, 2 tablespoons butter, a half of 1 small onion coarsely chopped, a half a cup of uncooked hash browns, a 3/4 cup cheddar cheese, 1/4 cup parsley coarsely chopped, 2 small cherry tomatoes coarsely chopped, 3 eggs, Crisco pure vegetable oil for your pan, you can use any oil, and a 10-inch non-stick skillet to cook your hash browns and your omelet. First thing I did was I went ahead and I coated my pan with vegetable oil. It's popping because I did a little water test to see if the oil was hot. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour in my hash browns, and we're going to cook these first. And you want to make sure you spread them evenly around the pan because you want the top or the bottom layer to get nice and crunchy. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes and I have not touched my hash browns, and you can tell when it's ready to turn when you see the edges of the hash browns start to turn a little bit brown. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over and cook the other side. And it should come out looking like this. You should be able to pick it up in nice big clumps and then flip it over and be very careful. Alright, my hash browns are done cooking and they should be able to come up again like this in clumps. You want to go ahead and just get a plate and with a paper towel and let these soak on the side. Just like that, and you have nice golden hash browns to put in your omelet. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to keep the same oil that we have in here, and we are going to add in our onions, and we're going to saute these up a little bit. So just go ahead and put those right back in there. And again, do the same thing. Spread them out evenly around the pan in oil. And let these saute on medium heat. Alright, my onions are done cooking and I went ahead and turned off the heat, and as the oil is going to cool down, I added my tomatoes to cook them up a little bit, and we're going to leave them for 2 minutes. Alrighty, my onions and tomatoes are done cooking, and I'm going to go ahead and with my spatula, take them out and put them on a bowl with a paper towel in them to drain them. And I cleaned out my pan of the oil. You can just rinse it off in the sink and take a damp cloth and just wipe off the oil. I went ahead and added my butter. While the butter is melting, we're going to go ahead and whisk the eggs with a fork. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in our sour cream. This is going to help make the eggs nice and fluffy and moist. You can use milk if you prefer. I like sour cream. And then you can add salt and pepper for taste. Alrighty, my eggs are nice and mixed. You want to make sure that you get at least most of the sour cream lumps out of the way and make sure it's nice and smooth. And our butter is just about melted, so we're going to go ahead and add these in. And this is where you're going to work a little quickly because you don't want the eggs to burn. So go ahead and turn your pan back up to medium, or medium or 6 if you have a medium or 6 in your stove. And just go ahead and add them in there and spread it around. And you're going to let that cook for a few minutes until you start to see little bubbles pop up. Alrighty, my eggs are starting to cook up a little bit. What you're going to do is to get the yolk, you're going to just take one edge and slide it back just a little bit. And you're going to go ahead and tilt your pan to get the yolk out of there and just keep cooking that until you get a nice top layer of cooked eggs. And then just make sure you are touching the sides a little bit so it doesn't stick, so that when you go to flip, it flips nice and perfect. Alrighty, my eggs are now half cooked. It's okay if you still have a little bit of yolk in there. We're gonna go ahead and add in our ingredients. The hash browns that we cooked, you're gonna put them to one side of the omelet, as so. And then you're gonna take your parsley, leave half parsley on the side to garnish. Put that right in there. A bit more. Oh, one fell. A little bit like that. Your onions that you used, careful if they're still a little hot. You can just go ahead and just take your napkin, use your hands, so you can get a little messy, and just put it in there. And while you're doing this, go ahead and lower the heat so that the bottom of your omelet does not burn. And last but not least, our cheese. Leave half of the cheese to garnish on top of your omelet. And then we're going to go ahead and turn our omelet over. And then when you steam a little bit, you can use a spoon, and then flip. My omelet is done cooking. I went ahead and I just put it on a nice plate. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to garnish with the remaining cheese that we have. And the remaining parsley. Alright, well here is my omelet. You can serve it with a side of hash browns, bacon, turkey bacon. I like to have mine with a nice big glass of orange juice. I hope you try out this omelet. It's going to be really good.